We're now going to talk about a core piece of theory, and it has to do with what we call the imago. Imago is Latin for image, and the idea is that our childhood experiences, the images that we have from our childhood, play a large part in who we're attracted to and what we experience in our relationships. And this isn't a new idea. It goes back to Freud and beyond, but our understanding of this has developed a lot more recently. When you were a young child, it's like your family was your world. That was what you experienced day after day. So if you grew up in a family where you felt loved and cared about, where people really saw you and accepted you for who you were, that was what you experienced, and that'll be the image that you'll have of the world. You would have developed a sense of, I fit in, I'm okay, people see me. Let's say you grew up in a family where there was a lot of anger or hostility. Maybe you got the feeling that you weren't wanted or that you were abandoned. If you had that experience over and over again, that's how you're going to see the world. If you grew up with a lot of criticism, you're going to anticipate and see a lot of criticism out there. If you grew up feeling abandoned frequently, you're going to anticipate and see that out there in the world. And in particular, you're going to see that with your partner. We're attracted to people who have both the positive and the negative traits of our parents or parental caretakers. It doesn't mean that they're exactly like your parent, but there's something familiar. It's not so much about our partner as it is about us. We either pick someone who's like our parent or we project it on them. In the beginning, in the romantic love stage, you may not have seen it. So maybe when you first met, you felt like they paid all the attention in the world to you. They made you feel special. But now you're frustrated. You feel like they don't pay attention to you. You don't feel special. You might even feel ignored or abandoned. And I'll often hear people say, and that's how I felt with my mother or with my father. So I'll give you a personal example. One of my biggest hurts as a child was feeling criticized. I felt like I could never do things good enough. So I have a real sensitivity to criticism. My partner may be just making a suggestion or asking me to do something, and I can quickly go to that place of feeling criticized, feeling attacked. So the challenge for me is, rather than getting angry at my partner and blaming her for me feeling that way, simply to be able to communicate with her, to let her know how it feels when this happens. And hopefully she can be compassionate about that. And if I feel understood, then I won't be angry at her for her behavior, and she'll have more sensitivity to how she affects me when she talks to me in a certain way. Here's an exercise that you can do to begin to explore what we call your imago. Take out a sheet of paper, and on that sheet of paper, draw a line through the middle, and then a line vertically. So you're dividing it up into 4 quadrants. On the top left, you might put mom or whoever your maternal caretaker was. On the top right, dad or whoever your paternal caretaker was. And on the top, you're going to write your positive memories of your mother and your father. What were the positive qualities that you saw in each of them? On the bottom, you're going to write your negative memories or experiences of them. So on top, you might have warm, loving, caring, something like that. On the bottom, you might have critical, angry, something like that. Take your time with this. See if you can really recall how you experienced each of your parents. Then what I'd like you to do is to circle the 3 most positive things on the top of your chart and the 3 most negative things on the bottom of your chart. Simply notice what comes up for you. For many of us, both the positive and the negative qualities are things that in some way fit the person that we're attracted to, or the issues that come up for us in our relationship. This will help you begin to understand the roots of some of the conflict in your relationship. After you've done this exercise, we're going to demonstrate for you the full dialogue process. And this is a way that you'll have to be able to begin to share some of this information with your partner.